one of the biggest work that moms of elementary school kids can do is teaching their children's hearts, their attitudes, and, you know, I went to school and I sat through it, and I got good grades. I knew how to run the system or work the
Yeah, yeah,
system, but,
yes, yes.
um or when I practiced piano, my mom would turn the timer on and I would do my time, but that is different than engaging. And so as
Yes.
homeschool moms, we can really exhort our children to engage and to uh, I mean, and it's not just all discipline. Like I I I know sometimes I sound like I'm the very type A discipline mom, and but my kids love learning. They love it. And but but we worked on that attitude. We cultivated that attitude together. And we did it I read aloud to my boys even when they were in high school, and we would read all the time, and we would talk about, "Oh, did you know?" And just whatever it was, we weren't just doing our time in school. So if you've got little ones, this is the hardest work. You are putting in a lot of work whenever they're young, but it's not just about the math and grammar. I mean, math and grammar are really important because these are tools God gave us to have dominion, and they help us do our jobs well on this earth. But if you can get to the heart behind it, if you can get them to engage and to love the right things, then you're going to have it made. High school is much easier because they know how to engage themselves. They don't need you to make them do something.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You have reminded me of so many stories today while we've been talking, Jennifer. We had a friend who was the headmaster at the large Christian school here in Columbia, and he also homeschooled. And he wrote this article for their school newsletter at one point, and he used homeschooling as an example. And he said, we have a 7.5 or 8 hour day. And then he started whittling down the day, like the time going to and from class, or standing in line, or eating lunch, or recess, which I think is really important. I don't think that's an add in. And so then he would talk about the time you spend in learning, and he got to the very heart of it, and he said, "But what we want is engaged learning." And that's probably an hour and a half to 2 hours of the school day, where you look in your child's eyes and you know they are engaging with you and engaging with the material. And he said, "That's where the magic happens." And so I love the the way that you use the word engaged, because when we are one-on-one or one-on-two, or like our dear friend who's a consultant one-on-10, when, we it just but it's so different because you can really aim for that engagement, and it doesn't take you 8 hours to do it.
Right.
And so you can engage in your schoolwork. You can engage when they're working on things like karate and strings. And I think that's so much of the heart of homeschooling and the heart issues like you were talking about.